Hi, this is Sam, and I am talking to Sarah Ruiz about
Hello.
her quilt in the Wyndham Ruby and Bee 2025 challenge,
Yep.
Urban Equalizer.
Yep.
So, talk to me about where this came from.
All right.
You like
Well,
challenges, right?
I do.
Yeah.
That's where I was going to start. So the fabric challenge is one of my very favorite things every year at QuiltCon. And so
Okay.
I've been coming to QuiltCon since 2018, and I have entered the fabric challenge every single year.
Okay.
And so I knew, every year I really like to make one. And so I wait until I see the fabrics and then kind of try and figure out what I'm going to do with them. And so this particular design actually came from a washi tape like collage
Okay.
that I had made a few years ago. And so it was striped washi tape that I had like laid down and cut on an angle and kind of collaged on a piece of paper. And I was wondering if that would work well as a quilt. And so I do a lot of my design in Adobe Illustrator. And so I opened up a file and started playing around with it and came up with this design. And then I had to figure out how to put it together.
Oh, isn't that the thing?
Yes, because it's got all of these stripes, and I just knew if it was not, if these dark lines running through the columns of color were not even and were not evenly spaced, like it would just jump out at you.
Yeah, the effect would be completely lost, right?
Right. And so I actually tried a couple different techniques. The first thing I tried was kind of a stitch and flip technique with some of these, and it didn't work because I couldn't get them lined up right. So what I ended up doing was just very manual, like cutting, marking, pinning, lots of that to get all the columns to line up together. But I was very happy with the results, and I quilted it on my long arm with a couple different thread colors that roughly matched the colors in the quilt. It's real subtle, but yeah, it's got like red and gold and blue.
Some gold up here.
Yeah.
Not too shiny.
Yeah.
Not too shiny.
Yep.
I understood that the brief on the challenge was that there were a half a dozen colors offered.
I believe so.
And you needed to use 3 of them.
Yeah, I can't remember if it's 3 or 4. I think you have to use either 3 or 4. My own like personal challenge is I always like to try and use all of them.
All of them.
And so yeah, I was able to use all of them. This palette, I will say for me personally, was a little more challenging than it has been in the past. Like these colors weren't necessarily like my jam when I first looked at them.
Yeah, I would have probably really struggled with the pink.
Yeah, and
I'm not a pink girl.
I tried the design on a lot of different background colors because I was like, it would be cool to use this mustardy yellow or something like that. And it just, for the contrast I wanted and for using all 6 colors, it really needed to be on the dark
needed to bounce
background.
off the dark. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I love some of these mustards that people are beginning to use. I can't say I'm a huge fan of like the more brown version of it, the ochre.
Yeah.
But also because there's so much yellow in it, when you've got that much background, it can be a little up there.
It can.
It can be on your grill.
It can. But I haven't had a chance to look at the whole fabric challenge category yet, but one of the other things I really like about this category every year is seeing how people balance it. I know one of the award winners, like they showed the picture at the awards ceremony, and at first it didn't even look like they had used the challenge fabrics because they used them in such an interesting way. So it's really cool to see what everybody does with it every year.
Okay, we'll go take a look at that. Where can we find you online if we want to?
I'm very active on Instagram at by Sarah Ruiz. Okay. And I have a website, sarahruiz.com.
Easy peasy.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks.